All right, so I guess I owe a case of beer to this fucker on my left here. Um, Rosado lost the fight. Um, I'm not gonna say that it was like a controversial fight or it was a close fight. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Charlo. I mean, he outboxed Rosado.
Outboxed, outworked, outjabbed. Didn't get outcut, obviously. I mean, I had a feeling that I was going to get opened up again. Obviously, it's a soft spot for Rosado, and that's what ended up happening. And in the end, honestly, probably costing him the fight because, I mean, when your eye is gushing blood, like, I mean, it's hard to get your mind off of that and get into your game plan. I mean, seriously, that's weighing on your mind heavy, especially when he keeps punishing it over and over again. I mean, what are your other thoughts on the fight?
It really isn't that close. It wasn't as close as I thought it would be. Um, I guess we might as well talk about the Mikey Garcia and the Burgos fight. I honestly thought that fight would be pretty close, and well, I mean, it was close for the first 3 rounds, and then I was a little surprised that Burgos was kind of using his footwork a lot more than I thought he would. I mean, he was kind of, I don't want to say he was running around the ring, but he kind of was. I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Mike Garcia, you could tell he was kind of like for the knockout. He's walking down Burgos. It's a little unusual, watching a shorter fighter walk down the taller fighter for a good 8-9 rounds. Jean lost to Lamont Peterson. I thought that was actually kind of a close fight the first few rounds, but then Lamont Peterson started walking down Jean. I would actually like to see Peterson fight Danny Garcia next. I mean, why not? They both got titles.
Hey.
Inside joke. Sorry.
You could ask Josecito Lopez about that one.
Inside joke. I would like to see that fight. I mean, I'm hearing Mauricio Herrera, I believe, for Danny Garcia next. I'd like to see Danny Garcia defend his title against Lamont Peterson.
I'd rather see that fight.
Oh, yeah.
I think
easily.
That's way better fight anyways.
Oh, I agree. We also heard through a source, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to put his shit on blast or anything, but that the Amir Khan and Floyd Mayweather fight has been signed about a week ago, and it's a done deal, and should be announced any day now. So, I mean...
And then the Pacquiao Bradley
done deal
remake is a done deal. We'll be looking forward to watching that on April 12th.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and obviously the first one was probably one of the biggest crimes in boxing history, as they robbed.
Definitely.
I mean, they didn't even rob him. They you can't even call that a robbery, can you? What would you call that? I mean. I don't know what that was, but obviously...
it's pretty bad.
Somebody made a ton of money and it wasn't us. That's all we know. So, as far as that goes, can't wait for this rematch to happen. Actually, I mean, I think, obviously, Pacquiao is going to put a whole lot more pressure and effort into this fight. And Bradley, I mean, he's got a lot of slick moves. I mean, he's a real quick fighter, quick puncher, with great defense. So, Pacquiao, but I mean,
Pacquiao?
Obviously, I mean, I don't like to call the fights this far out. Obviously, I mean, you got to see what their training camp looks like. See how they are physically, fitness wise. I mean, Pacquiao is always ready. It'll just be a matter of seeing kind of how Bradley's preparing and whatnot for that fight. What's the other fights that are coming up?
Well, before I give my point, I want you to switch your hat around to represent the Seahawks a little bit.
Oh, wait. We got this February 2nd Super Bowl. Represent Washington State and the Seattle Seahawks, as you can see.
Camouflage. You got to support the troops, my friends.
Yep. Waiting for this cold weather game over there in New York.
Well, I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm really excited about this Pacquiao Bradley fight. I would love to see the Gamboa Mikey Garcia fight on the co-main event. Oh man,
yes.
I'm telling you, Bob Arum, he's been fucking up
He
when it comes
needs to make that happen.
God.
I mean,
Golden Boy has just been shitting on Showtime when it comes to making undercards.
their cards are stacked.
Oh my
fight
God,
after fight.
so
I mean, their undercards
stacked.
could be all of their undercards could be main events on.
Oh, I
Golden
agree.
Boys.
So I feel like if I'm on Bob Arum, that stupid son of a bitch, that fucking crook. If I'm Bob Arum, I'm saying, you know what? Fuck, let's put Mikey Garcia and let's put Gamboa as the
Put all your best fighters on one card and make a ton of money.
He really doesn't have that many fighters. You might as well put Gamboa and Mikey Garcia as a co-main event. If you put that as co-main event, I don't give a shit who the other two fight.
A lot of people are buying that.
I agree. That's a good fight. But I'm not gonna lie. I think Bradley has improved a lot since the first Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat Ruslan Provodnikov. That was a pretty close fight. I mean, if you count the knockdowns that the referee called slips, you could easily say that Provodnikov won that fight. But you got to go with what the referee says, and if you go with what the referee says, you have Bradley winning by 1 or 2 rounds.
And to all those people out there who said that Pacquiao was ducking Ruslan, you're on crack, because that's who fucking Roach wanted to fight anyway. So, I mean, you can just shut that down right now. Obviously, the better fight, I mean, is obviously the Bradley fight for Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they could showcase Pac-Man's skills a lot easier with the Ruslan fight, with him just coming straight at him. Pacquiao just, hit and run. Obviously, his speed and quickness is no match for Ruslan. I mean,
and Bradley's coming off a pretty big win against Marquez. I'm not gonna lie, when I watched that fight, I was pretty drunk, and I thought Marquez won the fight. I rewatched the fight a few times, and I realized that Marquez obviously lost the fight. He was loading up on that right hand a lot, depending on big power shots, and he lost the fight. And Bradley obviously won the fight. He outboxed Marquez and was a pretty slick fighter, and he obviously won the fight. So
over and out until next time. Catch you on the flip side, player. Hey, go Hawks! Support your troops.
That's right.
And
support the troops.
We'll see you next Saturday.
Take care, guys.